Good morning all. Let's continue our chapter MS Access, Queries, Forms and Reports. Today first we are going to discuss how we can set relationship between tables in a database. In MS Access, we use different tables to store data. To get this divided information together, we must first understand the relationship between the tables and then specify this relationship in the database. Once we have created the relationship, the data from the tables can be used to create for queries, forms and reports. So here we are going to discuss how to create a relationship between two tables. So first let's create two tables and the table names are guest and phone number. Okay, so let's have a table first. We are going to create the first table known as guest. So three fields I am going to give here. The first field is guest name, second field is address and third field is city. We should have at least one record for each of this table. Then only we can specify the relationship between these tables. So here for the first table I am going to maintain two records. Okay, so here I am creating two records. After creating the record, we can save the first table. Here the table name is table 1. Okay, so whenever we are clicking on the save button, that time we can change the name of the table to guest. So dear children, here I have created a table and I am going to click on the save button. Okay, so this is the table name now and I am going to click on save. We can change the table name. Okay, so I am going to give guest here. After giving guest, I am going to click on the option called OK. And now let's create the second table by using the option known as create table. Okay, we have to click on the create tab and in the leftmost corner we can see one option called the table. Then we can create the second table and the second table name I am going to give is phone number. And the fields are guest name, phone number and age. Here one thing we have to keep in mind. A table relationship works by matching the data in key field, that is with the same name in the both tables. Here in these two tables, guest name is the common field name for both tables. So at least one field name should be matching in both tables. Usually these matching fields are known as primary key, which is uniquely identify each record in a table and a foreign key in the other table. Now we have created our second table. After that, let's save our table name. Okay, here I am giving the table name as phone number. So after changing the phone number, we can click on OK. So now we have created two tables. Now let's check how we can establish a relationship between these two tables. For that, click on the Database Tools tab. Then click on the Relationships to open the Show Table dialog box. So in the left corner, we can see the option called Relationships. Okay, so we have to click on the option Relationships to open the dialog box known as Show Table. So after opening the table, we need to double click on each of the table names. For first, I have clicked on the guest. Second one, I have clicked on the phone number. Then we can click on the button Close. Now we have opened the two tables here. Okay, so we can see all the fields in this table. Now we can click on the option called Edit Relationship. Okay, so we have opened the Edit Relationship dialog box. Here we need to click on the option called Create New. Then we can select the tables. First one guest and second one phone number. Then just below that we can select the fields in each of this table. So we can just click on any one of the field in each of the table, then click on OK. Now we have edited the table. The field and the table name we can see here. Okay, all the field names are here under each of the table name. Now let's click on the create button. Okay, let's check first. After that, let's click on the create button. A line will be drawn between the two tables that showing the relationship has been created. Now we can see we have created a relationship between two tables known as guest and phone number. This is how we can establish a relationship between two tables. To save these relationships, we can click on the save button in the quick access toolbar. Now we have created the relationship here. Now let's discuss how we can create a select query. We have already studied that query means the question asked from the database. Lot of queries are there. Among that, first let's discuss what is a select query and how we can create. For that, I have created a new table here and I have given the name students. Okay, some fields are here. Now let's set the select query. For that, we need to click on the create tab. Then click on query design to open show table dialog box. This is called a show table dialog box. Here we can see the list of tables. Now we have created only one table. So we can click on add, then close for adding that particular table. Now let's click on close. And downwards we can see one query window which consists of field, table, sort, show, criteria and or. These are the different options available here. And in the field area, we can see one drop down list. Okay, the first one is field. There we can choose each of the field from the table known as students. When we click on the drop down arrow, we can see all the fields in that table. So we can select which all field we should see. So first one we can select ID, second one name, third one we are going to select one of these option called age. So by using the select query, we are going to see the fields which are ID, name and age only. And we don't want to see the other fields. So after selecting the fields, we can click on the run button. Here we can see the run button in the design tab. Now this is the table after applying the select query on the table known as students. We have seen only the ID field, name field and age field by applying the select query. So this is how we can use the select query. It is also possible to add some criteria in the selected query. So for that, first we need to click on the original table known as students. On the top we can see this is the original table. Just click on to see the complete table. Now let's click on the create, then query design. The dialog box has appeared. We have to select the table, then click on add. We can close it. In the query window, we can mention the fields first. Okay, now here I am going to mention the fields ID, name. After name, I am going to click on the option called age and city. So these are the fields I want to see whenever I am running the query. Okay, then here one more option you can see, criteria. Okay, so this criteria option we can use for adding criteria in the select query. So here in the age field, I am going to apply the criteria. And the criteria is, I want to see the details of students whose age is less than 13. So the details of the ID, name, age and city of the students will be available whose age is less than 13. So we are going to apply such a criteria. Now let's click on the run. Here we can see the new table. Okay, here the fields are ID, name, age and city, and the students whose age is less than 13 also applied here. This is how we can add a criteria in the selected query. So we can see the selected fields here. In addition with that, one criteria also we have applied to the table. So this is how we can use the select query and also we can apply the criteria. Now let's click on the save button, then we can save the query. If we needed, we can change the name of the query, then click on OK. This is how we can apply select query and criteria. Now let's check how to create a parameter query. A parameter query is like an extension of the select query. While in a select query, the criteria is defined by the person who creating the database. But in the case of parameter query, the criteria is taken as an input from the person who is running the query. For getting the parameter query, first we can click on the create tab. Okay, so after clicking on the create tab, let's click on the query design option. When we click on the query design option, there we can see an option known as parameter. Now let's check how to do that one. First, let's click on the create. And then here we can see the query design. And now we have created one table. Okay, so let's select the table from here. And the table name is students. Then we can click on add. Then we can close it. Now in the rightmost corner downwards, we can see one option known as parameters. So let's click on the parameter. Whenever we are clicking on the parameter, one query parameters dialog box will be appeared. So let's click on this one. This is the query parameter dialog box. So in the parameter side, we can type the parameter. Okay, so one of the field we can assign as the parameter. Here I am selecting the parameter as class. Then in the right side there is an option for giving the data type. Okay, so class is normally a number. So from the drop down list of data type we can select the integer data types. Okay, then we can click on the option OK. Now we have added the parameter. Now let's check the query window. We have to mention how many fields we have to see whenever we are running the query. So these are the different fields available in this table. So let's select some of the fields from here. The ID, and after that I have selected name. Then we can, of course, we need to select the class because that is the parameter. So the class field should be there. Okay, so now I have selected some of the fields for applying the parameter query. Then in the criteria we have to mention the parameter. Okay, so this is the criteria. So we have applied the parameter for the field known as class. So in the criteria column of the class field we have to mention the parameter. In the criteria column we can give greater than class. So the class should be given in between the square bracket. Okay, we are mentioning the parameter like this. First we have to give the query, then give the parameter in square bracket. Whenever we are clicking on the run button, one dialog box will appear which is enter parameter value. There we can mention the parameter. Okay, so here I am going to mention the parameter as 6. So in the parameter criteria field we have given greater than class. So the criteria applied here is greater than 6. So the details of students who is studying more than 6 standard will appear as the result of the query here. Now let's discuss how to create a sort query. A sort query is like a part of the select query. For creating the sort query, we have to click on the create tab. In the create tab, the same query design option we have to click for creating the sort query. So this is our original table and I have clicked on the create tab and design query. Now the show table dialog box has appeared. We have to click on the table, then click on add and close. This is our fields of the table, and in the query window we have to select the fields first. Okay, so we can select the number of fields which we need to show whenever we are running the query. So I have selected some of the fields from here. Then we can see one option known as sort. Okay, so one of these option is called sort. So we can arrange the data in the table in either ascending or descending order. Based on any one of the field, we can sort the data either in ascending or descending order. Here I am selecting the field as name. So in the ascending order of the name, I am going to sort the data in the table known as students. Okay, so after sorting the data, we can click on the option known as run. Okay, whenever we are clicking on the run button, we can see the table with ascending order of the name. So now I am going to click on the run button. Okay, here we have selected the sorting option based on the name, and whenever I have clicked on the run button, you can see in the ascending order of the name, we can see the 3 fields in the table. This is how we can apply sort query in a table. Now let's check how we can create a form. A form is the representation of data in a table in an easy to understand format. Form allow you to view, enter, modify or delete data. For getting the form, we have to click on the create tab. There we can see an option known as form. To create a form, first we should open a table in the database. So here we have opened the students table, and based on this table we are going to create the form. So first let's click on the create, then select the option known as form. Okay, so here we can see this is the form option. Let's click on the form. We can click on the individual field to get an orange outline around it. And also it is possible to add new record in the table with the help of forms. Various options are available in the downwards of the form, and the first option is called first record, which we can use to directly view the first record in the table. Next to that, we can see the previous option. We can view the one record before the current record. And here we can see 1 to 5 option. This will show how many records we have used in a table. And next to that, we can see one option called next. It is used to view one record after the current record. And the next option is called last record, which we can directly view the last record in a table. And the last option is called new record, which we can use it to insert a new blank record in our table. So this is how we can create a table by using the create tab and forms option from the create tab. We can make our form more attractive and colorful by using the auto format option. Just like you have created a form for the presentation, MS Access gives you an option for creating reports also. Reports are created to analyze the data entered in a table. For that, we have to click on the same create option, then click on the reports. So this is our complete report of our students table. So we can make the report more attractive by using the auto format option. Different styles are available here. We can choose any one of the styles to make our report more attractive. Different formatting features are available here. We can choose any one of these options and we can make our report more beautiful. So dear children, we can click on the save button to save our queries, tables, reports and also forms. So today we have studied how we can set a relationship between two tables, how we can apply different queries to our table, and also how to set forms and reports for the table.